Hey guys, what's up? My name's Tony, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do some basic beats today. So basically, what I'm showing you is something called beatboxing, or vocal percussion. And it's basically making rhythms with your mouth. I'm sure you've seen it before. A lot of people, try to learn it, and it's a pretty cool skill to have to show off. So this video is geared toward people of all audiences, of varying musical backgrounds. You definitely don't need to have previous musical experience in order to learn beatboxing. That being said, it is to your advantage if you are musical. So yeah, basically, if you're a beginner and you just learned what beatboxing was from my demo, then this video is for you. So, I'm going to be teaching you basically how to do a very basic beat. So the beat that you will be able to know after you watch this video is basically just a simple nothing that'll blow you out of the water, but it'll certainly get you started on learning more advanced beats. So there's three main sounds that I'm going to show you, and they are the kick, the outward K snare, the inward K snare, the rim shot, and the hi-hat. So those are all you really need to start making basic beats. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to start with is the kick. So let me demonstrate what it sounds like first. So basically, the idea is you're expelling air very quickly between a tight crease in your lips, and it's creating this like low sound. The way that you should think about how to form your lips is you put them together and you try to like blow air out and you make this sound. If you're doing that, that means that your lips are in the right place. And then once you get there, so it's a little bit of pressure. Not too much, otherwise no air will come out. Not too little, otherwise it will just be so that's nothing. So once you get your lips to like that correct amount of force, then you do the same thing but expel the air very quickly. So instead of do. Now I'm going to be showing you an outward snare. Or a lot of people call this like a K snare, I guess, or at least I call it a K snare. Basically what it is, you make a K sound, because when you say K you go K, like you exhale and it comes from the throat. You can, if you go K, you can like feel it right here. Basically you make that, but just take off like the vowel sound at the end. You just go so it's so basically that's the sound. So basically all it is you say K, but you just like expel it really quickly and you chop off all the vowel sound after it. So K, like K would be that, and then just make it less vowel-y. Like, once again, the sound is coming from your throat. This is different from the kick, which is coming from your lips. The sound is coming from your throat, and it is outward. So this one I think most people find is the easiest sound to make. So go ahead and try that. A question I usually get is how do you make it sound fuller? Because a lot of people's sounds like really empty. It's just practice, I would say. Try to get more airflow out. That's one of the main problems. And really, it'll like tickle your throat a little at first, but you have to get used to that and just really let it go. On the flip side of that, there's an inward K snare, which is a similar sound, except instead of expelling air, so instead of you're going inward. So you're saying K but breathing inward, and that's really hard to do because you can't vocalize K inward. You can't go K inward. It just doesn't work. But like if you chop off the vowel sounds again, as we're talking about, right? You can do, and it's in the same spot of the throat. It's just the air is moving in the opposite direction. It's the only difference. It'll sound a little bit lighter for most people, and this one is harder to get. And you don't necessarily have to get it if you don't like it. An advantage of this is, as you're beatboxing, obviously you're expelling a lot of air, and if you do the inward K, you can catch a breath while still making a noise. So you don't have to, in the middle, just stop and go, and then take an awkward breath or something. So that's an advantage of that. So the third type of snare is called the rim shot. And so this is another outward one, and it comes once again from your lips. So this one is similar to the kick, except instead of letting it out as, you're gonna blow a lot more air right through the lips with a little less pressure on your lips. Okay, so it's gonna sound like this. And if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of the air coming through it. And that's what really gives it the substance that you need. So it's basically the sound that you have to make. So before we were doing for the kick, and now let off a little bit of the force until you get a sound that resonates for like maybe half a second, but no longer than that. If it's resonating any longer than that, that means that you're pursing your lips too tightly, and if it doesn't resonate at all, that means you need to use a little more force on your lips. So just get the sound out. Once you do that, it's just accelerate it. Just expel the air. Expel the air much more quickly. So. So that's the outward rim shot. One more basic one is the hi-hat. So the hi-hat is basically, so the hi-hat, so on the drum set, it's that sound. So it's that sound. So this sound is also one of the easiest to make. A lot of people find this one pretty easy. It's basically like a leaky radiator sound. Just go, but then just add a little like T sound at the beginning, like T. So like, so that's basically it. Yeah, just sound like a leaky radiator and. Once you know your basic beat, you're probably hungry for a little more. So there's a lot more cool sounds that you can do. You can do. There's lots of different songs that you can sounds that you can do. But what really separates good beatboxers from great beatboxers is not the diversity of sound that you can do. It's really the creativity that you can add to your beats. So if you go up to your friend and you say, "Hey, guess what? I learned how to beatbox from Tony's video," and you say, "Oh, all right, let's hear it," and you go, that's cool, but it's not gonna blow anybody, off their feet or anything. Basically, I'm just gonna show you how to impress people more, but still using the same sounds that we've just been talking about. So basically, it all comes down to timing. So if you switch up the order of the things that you're doing and put some in different places and some in others, you'll start to get very different beats using the same sounds. Right? So right now I'm only using 3 sounds: the kick, the outward K, and the hi-hat. Those are the only 3 sounds that I'm using right now. So let's switch it up a little. So instead of, let's add two kicks at the beginning instead of just one. So we can do so yeah, so that's one way you can do it. You can also add, let's see, so you can also do, add more hi-hat. So basically do a couple, so two hi-hats instead of one hi-hat. So you can do yeah, and then so you can also add in a kick, right? So you can do so basically instead of I'm doing so I just add the kick between the hi-hat and the snare, right? And then I'm also doing two hi-hats on the back end of that. So once again, it's so from here, the sky's the limit. Basically, it's, you know, whatever your creative mind can think of. I'll show you another, a more advanced one. This one might take you, you know, a good couple weeks to nail. Sounds something like this. So basically, I'll do that slower. It's so the beginning of it is the same as the first beginning that I showed you. It's which is what I showed you in the previous rhythm. And then after that, it gets more complicated. So you do right? So you have the double kick right there. So the double kick and then hi-hat. So after that, you follow it with another two kicks. And then end it with just a snare. So now you're up to so I'll repeat that one more time. And that's your whole beat. I know it probably seems a little bit overwhelming, but you know, practice makes perfect. And as you practice more, you'll notice that the sounds will come out more naturally, and you don't have to think about, you know, how to make the sounds and what technique you're using and how tightly you're pursing your lips. Those kind of things come with time. So as soon as they start to feel more natural, you'll find that the beats will also come a lot easier because you can think more about what type of beat you want to do and less about the technique that you're using to make the actual sounds. So I will be posting more videos for different kinds of sounds, more advanced techniques, and some more advanced rhythms. And if you're interested, check those out. But for now, just keep beatboxing. Thank you very much.